Let's take a look at the chart action for Bitcoin. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at. In my last video anyways, what I was looking at is this little triangle pattern right here, and I was waiting for a breakout to the upside or to the downside, and we actually got a breakout to the upside. Let's go ahead and delete everything actually, and we'll kind of start from scratch. The other thing I was looking at is this uptrend, something like this. We actually broke this uptrend going to the downside over the weekend, and I was watching this uptrend, but the volume was declining, so I wasn't really sure what was going on. I wasn't sure how far we were going to go. I wasn't sure what was happening, but it does look like the volume's coming in a little bit now. We did break that trend line going to the downside, but the volume's starting to pick up, and now what I'm looking at, and I think I talked about this in my last video, are these tops right here. We have this top and this wick right here. This wick right here is sitting around 38,938. The other spot I'm looking at is this resistance right here. So let's go ahead and do a horizontal line at that resistance, maybe something like this. I think this is a spot that I'm kind of looking at for either resistance and get pushed down, or a breakthrough and head higher. So I think if we could break through 39,164, I'll be more confident on maybe breaking up and maybe hitting these previous resistance levels somewhere here at around 43,000, 43.5, or maybe even 51, or maybe even higher, because check this out. We have resistance. I've been watching this trend line for a while on my channel, and we have this trend line going down like this. And I've been saying until we break this trend line going to the upside, something like this, then I'm going to assume, or I'm going to be kind of skeptical on what's going on. We haven't actually broke this trend line yet, so I'm still kind of skeptical, but it does look like we're coming in to test it. We are trending up, and we could kind of argue on the daily the trend is something like this. So let's see if we could keep this uptrend going like this and break through that downtrend going to the upside. Like I said, the next spots that I'll be looking at are the previous resistance levels, something like this. So the first one is sitting at around 43.5, 43.9 thousand, and then the second one is sitting around 50.9 thousand. Third one, the top over here, is sitting around 67.7. Like I said, I'm still kind of skeptical because we haven't broke through yet. It's possible that this gives us rejection and we push down. Like I said, I was really watching that volume. I wasn't really sure. In my last video, I was kind of being a little bearish. I was thinking that we were going to go down and maybe hit this bottom again. I still have my limit order set here. I haven't closed it yet, and I haven't put it over here. I think if we break this level and start getting some good momentum, I'll probably close this limit order and put it up here. But in general, I'm not really too sure quite yet because we have not broken up yet. I think the main thing that I've been watching is this volume down here. We've been trending down. We finally got a little spike now. Let's see if we could break through this big downtrend. I think another thing that I wanted to show you guys is if we go ahead and delete everything, let's delete everything and go to the daily time frame. One good thing that I'm seeing right now is we did break above the 9 moving average right here, and we are getting support on that 9 moving average. If we zoom in and take a good close look at it, we broke above it on this candle. We came down, kind of tested it right here. We've been getting resistance in this area, and we've been staying in this area, but we are coming down and testing it. Yesterday, or even right now, these two last candles, we came down, tested it right here. This right here, we broke through it, but came back above it, got support on it. In general, I think being above these 9 moving averages is a good sign as opposed to being below it. The next step we want to look for is if we jump over to the weekly time frame, the next thing we're going to want to be looking to do is break above the 9 moving average on the weekly time frame. Once we do that, then I think this is going to be a really good signal. We're still below this 9 moving average and we have not broken through yet, so we still don't know for sure, but it does, as long as if we do come and break through it, I think that's going to be when we get a good signal. Right now, like I said, being above the daily is a pretty good signal in itself. And I think the main thing that I'm watching are these tops right here. Once we start breaking, if we break these tops, like we're already kind of doing it right here. We had this top right here. We had this top right here, this top right here, and then this resistance right here. I think those are the three spots that I'm looking at for confirmation, or at least for a breakout. One right here, it looks like we broke that. One right here, it looks like we broke that. And then we have another one up here sitting around 39,100. Let's see if we break that level, and then I'll start looking at maybe these ones up here. First one is sitting around 43.3, and then the next one is sitting around 43.9. I think the other thing we could do is maybe draw a trend line. So we have support we have support right here, and we have support right here. We also have support right here, so this isn't perfect, but let's go ahead and draw this anyways. Let's go to the daily time frame and see how this looks. We can possibly do this on the daily as well. Let's do something like this, and we'll draw a trend line right here. As long as we're moving on this uptrend, then I think we're looking pretty decent. We actually have gotten quite a few green candles on support on this trend line, so let's see if we can hold that support and take us to the next one. I think the three main things that I'm looking at are this uptrend going up like this. We could watch the 4-hour time frame. I think that'd be probably a good one to watch. And then we have this resistance right here sitting at around 39,172. And then we also, if we switch over the daily time frame, I've been watching this for a long time. We have this big downtrend like this on the daily. If we could break above that on the daily and stay above this 9 moving average on the daily as well, then I think those are going to be our good signals. The next step we have to do is jump over the weekly and break the 9 moving average on that. I think once we do that, that's going to be good as well. Let me know what you guys think though. If you guys have any questions, check out my Discord. I'll leave a link in the comments. If you guys are new to trading, check out this video right here. It's a video about when I buy and when I sell crypto. Could possibly explain some of the things that I talked about in this video. If you guys are brand new, then I have a playlist right here. It's about how to set up TradingView and how to follow along with the videos. Alright, if you guys like the video, hit that thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one.